We're going to learn a self-massage technique to get some relief from sciatica, particularly on one side of the body. This is pretty commonly seen in side sleeping. If you wake up in the morning and your hip has pain that shoots down the back of your leg on one side, and that's the side you typically sleep on, then this technique could be helpful to you. So we're going to use a massage ball. And we're going to be tracing along the edge of your hip. We're going to start from this particular spot right here between the greater trochanter and your pelvic bone. So the fascia here tends to be really laterally compressed when we sleep on the side. And then we're going to trace the ball all the way along the edge of the bone. And then down here between the sacrum and the pelvic bone. Where the sciatic nerve roots are. So we don't want to put too much pressure on those spots. That's why we're doing it standing up instead of on the ground. So we're just slightly touching where these areas are. And if you feel no pain, you can go a little deeper, but we want to back off as soon as you feel like the pain is being aggravated. And then towards the end, we're going to do a piriformis mobilization technique on the spot where the sciatic nerve goes under the piriformis muscle right here. It's typically midpoint between the greater trochanter and the tailbone. So towards the end, we're going to do a mobilization technique on that spot, and we're going to put the ball at this midpoint that we're talking about here. So I'm going to demonstrate with a yoga block. You can see that I have a yoga block on the ground. I'm going to be standing on the yoga block here. And then I also have an ankle weight on one of my legs, and then I have a strap. I already hooked the strap through my ankle where the ankle weight is. So what we're going to do is to correct the way the sacrum and the tailbone kind of pivots to one side for side sleepers, and that typically is causing the piriformis to tighten up, to work hard to maintain the symmetry of your hip. So we're going to try to correct this with this exercise. So first of all, we're going to put this massage ball on the side between that greater trochanter and your pelvic bone. And then I'm gonna kind of just wrap around the edge of my bone and then go between the sacrum and the pelvic bone. So I'm gonna go back up to where I started on the side between the greater trochanter and the pelvic bone, and then I'm gonna wrap around and trace along the bone, just off the bone, between the sacrum and the pelvic bone. And then now I'm going to put it at that midpoint we talked about, between the greater trochanter and the tailbone. And then I'm going to lift up the leg with the ankle weights, and then you can use the strap to help yourself lift the leg up. And then we're going to create traction by pushing the leg down while pulling the leg up with the strap. And then we're gonna stay here and then allow the foot to kind of move in and out by bringing your knee in towards the other knee. So the whole time I'm using the strap to create traction while moving my foot out to the side. So we're creating internal rotation for the piriformis by moving our foot away from the body. And the ball is at that midpoint between the greater trochanter and the tailbone. And after this is all done, we're just gonna let go of the strap, and we're still standing on the yoga block, so we're quite high away from the floor. Now we're just gonna swing the leg diagonally in front of you And the ball is still at the midpoint, right there. And once we've done that, we're gonna pick up the strap again. And this time we're gonna let the leg go out to the side. We're gonna create traction by pulling the strap while pushing the leg down with straight leg. All right, so this is an exercise for somebody who doesn't have an anterior tilt of the pelvis. What you have is an asymmetry of the pelvis from side sleeping or from crossing your legs. So for those that have the issue of pelvis tilting forward, there's a separate video that I'm gonna put a link below for you to check out.